Social.
Social.
So once South Korea ended and I had finished filming the average rider versus World Cup track on a trail bike, I started my long journey back home. It started with catching the South Korean fast train, which was pretty epic, Wi-Fi, charging on board and more legroom than you'll ever need. Followed by a way less swell 15-hour budget airline flight back to Paris. Once there, I spread my whole life across the floor and reorganized everything so I could pack it all into my trusty van and finally get back on the road.
Hey guys, first episode of this new series, which I'm going to call In Between the Races. I don't really know what this format is going to be yet. I really wanted to showcase to you guys what the in-between races look like for punters like me that, you know, follow the races but are not pro riders. I wanted to do this more vlog, raw style. And I don't really know what it's going to be yet, but there's definitely going to be some riding. There's definitely going to be some fun parts, some traveling, showcase some of the places we go between the races. If there's anything you're really interested in knowing or that you would like to see from me and what's happening in between the races, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to integrate it in this kind of vlogs. I will try to do one for in between each rounds to showcase to you guys how it really looks. And sometimes it's awesome, sometimes the time frames are really short and you're going to drive 15 hours a day. So yeah, it's kind of like be whatever I want it to be and whatever you want it to be. So please reach out if there's something you really specifically want to see. Right now I'm driving down to Annecy to see my brother that lives there. And after that, so in picking up some bikes, so I'm going to be picking up some new, nice, fresh bikes, which is awesome. I'm really excited. I'll show them to you later. And also a bit later on, early next week, I will be filming with a very famous rider called Loic Bruni for an episode of Average Rider versus Pro Rider, which will go live on Ping Bike at some point over the next few weeks. By this time this video comes out, it probably won't be out, but keep an eye out for that episode, which should come out on Ping Bike. Yeah, that's pretty much it. This series can be anything I want it to be, anything you want it to be. Please reach out if you're interested. And without further ado, let's kick off this first vlog of the season, in between the races. Let's go.
I arrived in Annecy that day, but the weather wasn't playing ball, so my brother, who I hadn't seen for 6 months, and I got up to no good.
Boys, I think we found the strongest bike in the world. Supporting 200 kilos. Launched at warp speed. Oh, f me, Jesus Christ. Ah!
After regretting our evening, I got on the road to Briançon to pick up a brand new bike. Thanks to Jerome Clements at Scott Sports for his help, he hooked me up with a Loans 2026 Scott Patron ST, the absolute Rolls Royce of e-bikes, which will help me film content this season, especially the Average Rider versus World Cup Trap series. Honestly, it was a super exciting day for me. I've never been a huge on e-bikes, but as a tool for a filmer like me, it's the best money can buy.
Well, I think I'm a bit too tall for this van, but, you know, it's pretty close.
After a rather short night spent in the van, I landed in the Pyrenees and met up with an old friend for some riding. After making new friends, we proceeded to hit some of the best trails I've ever ridden.
Passion chevaux. Oh.
Allez, France. Oh, l'autre, il ouvre. Oh, Youhou! Ah, c'est le virage là. Yo-ho! Oh! Oh! Un truc de ouf. Oh! Ah, faut pas trop se louper là quand même. Oh! Oh! Oh, le truc de ouf. Ah, ça c'est incroyable.
I'm now heading down to Andorra, where hopefully I will be filming with Loic Bruni tomorrow. Well, I'm going to do some recce's tomorrow, and I'll film with Loic Bruni on Friday. I haven't got a text back from him yet, but I'm sure he's a very busy man. We'll sort that out. Also, quick take on that Scott patron with the Fox podium that I've received recently. It's the first time I use an e-bike for what it's really supposed to do, or at least in my opinion, which is like doing huge days in the saddle without blowing yourself out. Also, like, I generally don't really enjoy climbing that much, so on a huge like kind of adventure riding day where you have like some sick descents but there's some like massive like hour-long climbs, I just don't really enjoy it. And like, yeah, I'm just kind of like, e-bike actually served that purpose of like making it fun for people like me, and honestly it was awesome. Like, I really had a good time. This Patron is quite a big engine, so well, quite a big battery, so yeah, it actually lasts for a while. I don't really see the point of using, you know, the turbo and sport mode for that kind of riding. It's kind of like, I don't know, people want more power. I'm like, why do you want more power for? There's more than enough. And like, anyways, rant over. But yeah, so I really enjoyed that like Scott Patron, and like in the downhill I was really impressed. So you really get that like heavy feeling of a downhill bike, but it's so planted, meaning you got to be careful about your speed, because it's obviously a bit harder to brake, but then like that thing moves so well, like it actually, and because of the weight you can kind of plow through stuff. I was really impressed. The Fox podium feels very, very plush, and as far as grip goes, well, arguably I've only done for the last few days trails that are like quite loomy, and so like the grip is there, but like it felt really grippy. Like, I've never lacked grip. There's not a single time where like the bike kind of like ungripped and I wasn't ready for it, or like ungripped funny. The tires are quite recent as well. So yeah, I mean, first impression on that Fox podium and on Scott Patron are really, really good. I mean, I've actually really enjoyed riding it. It's quite a big travel bike, obviously, but the weight of it feels actually quite nice. Obviously, you know, it doesn't pop like a normal bike, but for that kind of trail, it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Day one in Andorra. I got the e-bike out to check out the track and get ready for the Tour de France. The track was in good condition, but I'd forgotten how rough permanent World Cup tracks are. I did 2 laps on the e-bike and it was enough to rattle my teeth, so I called it a day. Also, glad I went out because I tested a new GoPro mount, and as you can see, the first angle I thought was good clearly needed some work. At the end of day one, I drove up to the Pyrenees resort to shoot my intro for the Bruni video, and as you can see, my DJI Neo 2 self-filming drone wasn't exactly playing ball. But once that was done, it was time to film with Loic.
Alright, so have you
Social.
Alright, so
Vas-y.
I lasted a whole 5 seconds on a warm-up run before he dropped me, which had to be expected.
Vas-y, on voit, je te vois. Si je suis.
Ok. De toute façon, je regarde. Et si je vois qu'on n'a pas trop la vitesse, il faut tirer ou quoi.
Tu t'arrêtes? Ok, ça marche.
However, he also pulled me into one of the biggest jumps I've ever done.
Yo! Ouais, nickel. Nickel, super.
We then filmed the whole day with Loic, and there's a good reason why he is a champion. I invite you to discover why by watching the episode of Average Rider versus World Cup Rider on Pink Bike in a few weeks.
Okay guys, this is the end of the first episode of In Between the Races. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please give me feedback in the comments. Let me know what you'd like to see and what you liked in this episode and didn't like. On this note, I will finish with a little bit of Andorra riding. Enjoy! And, oh yeah, I forgot. See you in Loudenvielle in a couple days. First video should be coming out on the Thursday for track practice. So make sure you subscribe to the channel. Don't miss the content because it's gonna be a hell of a season and you don't want to miss that. And my content's free on YouTube, so there's no reason not to watch it. On this note, enjoy your week and I'll see you very soon. Yo! Oh, isn't that pretty? Oh yeah, shout out to Nico Brizan from Carmensoul for this epic track. I mean, that's if I make it down the bottom.